Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping. Oh my God.
So hey guys, it's me again, your girl RaiA, and I'm back again with another video. Now for today's video, we are going to talk about stats reset. And I know pretty much some of you guys may think that this is pretty basic, but a lot of people tend to be confused on where to put their stats or unassigned points. So first thing you need to know is you can assign your points under these four main stats. We have STR, Int, Agi, and STA. And every hero has different needs. Example, Warrior and Archer needs more STR, while Mage and Diviner needs a little bit more Int. That means you have to be aware of what your hero actually needs. Because the tendency of some of the characters or some heroes and some players is they put more into the STR and just the int, but then they also forgot about the Agi, which is your defense, and also the STA, which is your HP. And the tendency pretty much is the character ends up becoming a glass cannon, which is more damage, and it's really paper, and then some people end up being very durable, but the problem is they don't really do a lot of damage. So we're gonna try to help you guys out to balance it and to make your character a little bit more polished, I guess. We're gonna start things off with Archer. Of course, for STR, if you add +1, you'll get physical attack of +2 and hit of +2. Int, if you add +1 on it, it will give you a hit rate or an additional hit of +2. Agi for +1, it gives you physical defense of +1, magical defense +1, and flee +2. And then STA, if you add +1 on that, it will give you max HP of +9. Now, moving forward, we're going to go to Warrior or Tank. For STR +1, it will give you physical attack +1 and hit +2. If you add it on the Int, it will give you hit rate of +2. Agi +1, it gives you physical defense of +1, magical defense of +2, flee +2. And then STA +1 gives you a max HP of +13. And you can definitely notice that the agility can help protect you pretty much for like mages as well as diviners, but not really that much for archers. Now for mages, STR +1 gives you a hit +2, Int +1 gives you a magical attack of +2 and hit +2, Agi gives you physical defense +1, magical defense +1, and then flee +2, and then STA +1 gives you a max HP of +10, and you can already notice that mages are not really that durable based on just the stat assign alone. And then let's move forward pretty much to the diviner. STR +1, it is equals to hit +2, Int magical attack +2 and hit +2. Agi, it's physical defense +1, magical defense +2, flee +2, and then STA +1 gives you a max HP of +10. And you can see here pretty much that the magical defense is a little bit higher than the mages, so that means it's a little bit more durable than the mages. Now, a few things that I wanted to add coming from some players. For new servers, it's a must to reset your stats to meet the requirements of the higher gears. This will allow you to gain advantage in early game, coming from Dizzy 13 of server 57. And also, if you play in an old server, just don't click on auto assign so you can save some points and assign them when a high rank gear appears, from Boyted of server 59. Now, this tips is very important because you would notice that when a new gear comes out, you would see that there's a requirement for STR, STA, AGI, or it really depends on what it actually needs. And the tendency for some players is they always assign it to the wrong stats. So what ends up happening is players end up resetting their stats, which costs them a little bit more, especially if they are on a higher level, like 200 one and above. But just like what Dizzy 13 said, if you're a new character in a new server, it's best pretty much to like reset your stats once you reach into a certain level so you can assign it depending on what the new gear comes. For example, it's been 3 days for the new server, and you already have like a rank 7 gears, then assign it to what it needs for that gear. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you are allowed to reset for free when you are level 200 and below. But once you reach 201 and above, it will cost you 200 diamonds, so it's quite costly. So as for me, pretty much, since I am a character like level 300 and above, it will cost me 200 diamonds to reset. So just to give you an example, this is my character a few days ago when I recorded it. You will see here that my max HP is quite good, physical defense is quite fair, and magical defense is quite fair. Physical attack is quite fair. And as you guys can see, my hit is 44k, my flee is 35k. Again, don't judge the flee because I don't have voidness yet. That's the reason why. But once I have voidness, probably it will hit like around 50 plus k. 50k plus like something like that, or 60k. And as you can see, it will cost me 200 diamonds to reset this. Now, just a little additional tip for everybody. When you're an archer, make sure that your damage is high, but at the same time, do not forget your defense. When you're a warrior as well as a diviner, make sure that your defense is high because you are a short range character. It means you are always inside or in the middle of the battle. So, but by being paper, or if your defense is not really that good as well as your HP and you die so easy, you don't have heal. Just remember that. So it's crazy if you are paper. You have to make sure that your defense as well as your max HP can really help you or like last long enough inside a fight. Because of course, if you are in a team battle, we expect you to stay and last longer. And also for mages as well as archer, make sure that your damage is high. Now, just a little tip that I need to add. The reason why I also showed the STR and int for the other characters is so that you guys can understand that fruits works the same. It adds the same thing. So if you get int as an archer and as a tank, and if you also get like STR for diviners and mages, please open it. Come on. Don't waste it. Open it so that you can also increase your hit rate, and that's very important for your accuracy and all that stuff. And another thing, pretty much, make sure that you also test your build every now and then. Like, for example, if you increase your agility, try to test it out with your friends in Newt. Or if you try to increase your damage, try to test it out also with your friends. So at least you would know if this is something that's good for your character or not. Because if you are trying to, like, sacrifice a little bit of your defense and all that stuff to increase your damage, will it work well for your character or not? Just always keep in mind that archers as well as mages requires more damage, while BK and diviner requires a little bit more agility, but that doesn't mean that you have to forget about their defenses and as well as forget about their damage. So that's it pretty much for my video. I hope you guys learned something new from me today, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them on the comment box down below. I really appreciate your guys' time as well as your patience, and see you guys again on my next video. Peace out. XOXO. RaiA.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,